experienced a loss of what was once long flowing hair, it can be extraordinarily difficult to deal with that. And to have a hairpiece that allows you that confidence again can be life-changing. You know, the struggle with hair loss can be absolutely overwhelming, to the point where you have these secret little moments of crying yourself to sleep and feeling guilty that you are consumed by the hair loss. And you feel that people might judge you because you're hung up on your hair. It's hard. It's really, really hard to deal with, and you don't want everyone to know how crap you feel because you've got shit hair, and you don't want to keep moaning about it, but it's something that's constantly going around in your head. I mean, I've got to the point where I've cancelled nights out because my hair makes me feel so rubbish. I've not gone to work Christmas dues because I feel like I can't go because of my hair. It seems and sounds stupid, but it's real. The struggle is real, and I get that. So I've worked tirelessly to find a way to not let those things stop me. So, the practicalities of hairstyles with a topper. So I've put it on. Now, a few tools, just a few. You don't absolutely need them. You can still transition between styles when you're out and about, and you don't need all these tools. One great thing about the way I style my toppers is I don't use any glue or any products. I might use a tiny bit of hairspray if I'm going to a do and I want it to stay exactly like that, but as a general rule, I don't. I want it to look as natural as possible. I don't want it to be pinned everywhere and caked up in product. So what I've got is I've got a little wide tooth comb that helps just to run through the curls and soften them off a little. So that's a great little tool. I've also got with me some grips. These are great. I love grips. They make all the difference. So yeah, just your simple little grips there. Yeah, we use those. You can have different sizes, different colours. I've got some loom bands. These are another wonderful little invention. So yeah, I've got some loom bands. I've got some regular hair bands just there. And I've also got my teasing comb. These are a great tool, okay, particularly when you're working with disguise. So this one's got like a pintail end, so that's great because I can use it to pull out hair. All right, so the first thing I'm going to show you is how I would disguise my part. So if my part's not working for me today, I can't get it to match up with my thinning hair at the front, I'm taking hair from my own hairline. So I'm just working a little bit with my camera here. Sorry, beg your pardon, my mirror here. And I'm just taking hair from my own hairline. And then I'm just going to tease that hair. Just give it a little tease so it looks thicker. So there we are, getting a little bit thicker there. And then I'm going to roll the hair back a little and then push it forward and create my little bumpety bump there. Nice and easy. So if you don't want to add any of the hair topper hair, you can just have that simple, easy hair. And also what that does is by pinning it there, you're covering up the part. So you're not having to worry about that part. You can also take that same amount of hair, twist it to the side and pin it there. And then you've got a little bit of the part showing, but you've also got your natural hair coming from the front here, so it looks more real. I find it helps it look more natural. And just pinning that back there, maybe pulling through some of your baby hairs, and again, nice and natural. Okay, so when we're tying it back, Again, if I try and match up the part, it can look okay and I can draw it back. But what I find is, so I'm not worried or thinking about that whilst I'm perhaps teaching, for example, I take a little bit of the topper hair, just a little bit, because I don't want to lift up over the clip there, and a little bit from that side. So I've still got that disguising area there. And then I'm going to twist that all in together so it gives it a little bit more thickness and create my little bump. So this is where your pins come in to place here. So I'm not going to push it through the topper because I don't want to rip the lace, but I can position it well enough with these little grips to ensure its stability. Okay, so style number 1, the cover up. So that simple little style is covered up the parting and I can get away with it. This is my hair. Hi, haven't I got lovely hair? So that's the cover up, style number 1. So moving into style number 2, we're coming to the low pony. So I'm staying with the cover up here because, like I say, that takes the edge off me thinking about, oh, can people see my parting? So I draw hair back, nice and easy. It pulls all the way back. One of my favourite things about a topper, unlike a wig, is that when you pull it back into a pony, you've still got your own natural hairline showing. Obviously mine's thinning and I have to work with it, put powder in sometimes, but I'm happier that that looks more real than when I pull a wig back and I've got all that bulk of hair to deal with. I'm just going to use my comb, sorry, my brush, my little teasing brush, or back combing brush as it might be known, to smooth that all down, not putting too much pressure or pull on the unit. And then I'm going to use my hairband and tie it back into a low ponytail. It takes a little bit of practice. You might feel the topper, you might feel like the topper shifting around a little bit. Just start again and retighten the clips if you feel that's the case. Okay, I can put a little bit of pull on there, and there we go. I've got my low pony with that pinned back at the front, covering up my part. Not working with a back mirror, so it might be a little bit unneat, but it's just pulled into a low pony. And that was really easy to transition from down to up. And then, so that's number 2 style, the low pony. So we're going to move into number 3 style, which is the low bun. So I'm just twisting the hair here. It's still in the pony. And then I'm going to roll it around, roll and roll. This is quite a popular hairstyle for my dance students, my ballet girls. They like to pin their hair up in a bun. It's out of the way. It's kind of, you know, it's formal in a way. It looks neat and tidy. And I have no strain on my head at all. Unlike if I was wearing a wig right now, I feel like my head was going like this with all the weight of the hair pulled back. Here, there's no weight because the topper is on top of my head. So there's a, you know, how it's sitting on my head is helping hold the hair up. So style 2, low bun, nice and easy. All I did was wrap it around and create a low bun. And it looks pretty and tidy, and it's easy. Easy, comfortable. I've got confidence that I can get on with what I'm doing. It's secure to my head and it's practical. Okay, so moving on to our next style. So when we're working with the next style, style number 4, the double pony. What we've got to bear in mind, for me at least, because I've got the tape-in hair extensions at the back, I'm going to experience perhaps them showing because I've parted the hair at the back. So I do my best to keep it relatively loose around the back so there's less showing as possible. If you've got natural hair there, you've got not to worry, you don't have to worry about that. If you're wearing clip-in hair extensions, chances are you don't have to worry about that too much, but the tape-in, you might just get a little view of that. But I'm all right with that, to be perfectly honest. I can deal with that. All right, so we've got a half to the hair, and again I'm keeping my cover up fringe in place, if you like, and just loosely tying that in there, giving it a little pull just gently to secure, smoothing down the hair, and this is literally taking me seconds to achieve. Again, we're working on practicality and ease. We don't want to be spending hours doing our hair. Style number 4, sorry, double pony. There we go, all nice and cute. I will show you the back. I feel you might see one of my tape-ins. That's okay with me. I would work on covering it up if I had a bit more time. So there we are, there's the back. So you can see obviously I haven't got a real straight line. You might see a couple of my clip-ins, but I would work on that if I had a bit more time with it. Okay, so style number 5, the low double bun. So we're just doing what we did with the single. We're going to roll them around and just take our little grips and fit it in place. Again, it's about disguising and creating styles I would not naturally be able to have with my own crappy hair. So, and second one. Take my pin. If I was styling this to go out, I might take a little bit more time to even everything off, but I'm just showing you what is available with our toppers here. So, space buns at the back. Again, the parting is going to be the same at the back as it was, but just so you can see the style from the back. Pretty and tidy and secure. All right, so moving on. Style number 6, the double braids. So you can braid straight from the hair without tying it in a pony first, obviously. But what I'm going to do is show you one of each. So I've got one pony already in place, and this side I'm just going to plait directly from the hair. So just grabbing the hair at the top there and starting my braid and just drawing in the hair from the back, your own natural hair. If you've got your own natural hair, this will work wonderfully because it'll braid it in with your natural hair. I'm working with my tape-ins obviously and a little bit of natural hair I've got at the back there. So nice and easy, takes a few minutes to complete. So that's the braid straight from the head, if you like. And then this one obviously has got a bobble in the top. The reason I've left that one in is because sometimes That can help it feel more secure if you're going to do anything further with it. So I'm just braiding down this one. Okay, we're nearly at the bottom there. Of course, if you're styling this to go out anywhere or anything, you might want to use clear loom bands at the end, so you're not seeing the hair ties when you've rolled them or put them into your style. So, style number 6, the double braids. Lovely, still got that part covered up, don't have to worry about that. Looks natural because it's coming from my hairline, and we are keeping all of it nice and tidy and out of our faces. So, sorry if you saw my low battery sign come up there. I'm not sure if that would have recorded that or not, but we're all plugged in and ready to carry on. Okay, so we're back to the style 6, the 2 braids. So obviously with the 2 braids, if you like your buns to be a little bit more neater, you can roll them into your space buns there. So that's another little extra style. Or we can do style 7, the figure of 8. So I'm pulling back one plait here, and I'll try and work from the back so you can see. So I've pulled it across the back of my head. So this is going to help to potentially cover up those tape-ins, and then I'm going to pin that there, and then I'm going to pull that around and tuck that in that side. Again, you're going to see where my bobbles are at the moment, but I would use clear loom bands to help disguise that. So pull that side up, and then the other side doing the same. So just pulling it over the top there, pinning it down, and finding somewhere to tuck that hair in. Again, I'm not working with a back mirror, so this isn't as neat as it can be for the moment when I'm showing you in a bit of a rush. And just pinning that in place. And there we are, a version of a figure of 8 hairstyle there. So again, I'd tidy all that up myself if I was working with it, but nice and easy. And it's smart and presentable. So there we are with style 7. So we're getting there. I just want to share the fact that we don't have to be stagnant in our hairpiece wearing. Yeah, we don't have to just have it the same style all the time. We can do lots with it if we're confident and a bit brave and we experiment. So I'm going to move on to style number 8. So this takes a little bit more finger work, but it's not impossible, and it also helps to secure the unit to your head a bit more. So if I was going to go to my daughter's football match, for example, a very real weekly activity for me, I want to have my hair topper in, but I don't want it to be blustering around in the wind and coming off my head. So I would simply put a beanie on or a cap, and then I've still got my hair flowing around underneath, but it feels nice and secure. So obviously playing around with the topper a little bit, I feel like I might need to just tighten it slightly. So I simply take the clip and reclip. Take the other clip, reclip. There we are, all nice and secure again. Alright, so I'm going to take a section of my natural hair from the front and pull it over the side. Now the reason I do this is, unfortunately, I've tried many a times to match up the part to braid it that way, but it doesn't work for me, so I pull it from the front like that. So you've covered up that join, and I take that hair and I'm going to part it into 3. I'm going to pull my top hair over the top first, so it pulls back and over that parting, and then start to braid the hair. So I take the first few sections just into a normal plait, so I've got a bit of security. Then I'm pulling my hairline hair into that plait for more security. So if I'm braiding my natural hair into it, it's securing it that bit more to my head. And then I'm taking a section from the hair topper, just a thin section so my plait doesn't get too fat. And then again, pulling from my natural hair at the hairline, not too harsh of a tug, just enough to make it feel secure. And then a little bit more from the hair topper. And there we are. Now, if you're not sure about braiding, there's lots and lots of tutorials on YouTube you can watch that go into detail of how to braid. So just sit back with a cup of tea and educate yourself on how to braid. So as you can see, I'm working from my natural hairline here, and I'm drawing hair into it so it secures it to my head. Remember, I haven't got much hair to work with, and these styles are still working for me. So don't be afraid to try it out for you. All right, so I've reached my ear, and I'm just going to now just braid the hair that's left, excuse me, down, so that I've got a little bit of mobility with this braid. The lovely thing about sort of highlighting your units or balayage or root smudge as well is when you do things like braids, you've got this lovely change of colour going through the braid, and that helps it look more natural as well. Okay, so I'm going to stick a loom band in the end of this just to secure it. And that's that side there. So we've got our lovely side braid, and that can look really pretty. The rest of the hair can lay loose here, or we can perhaps tuck it behind the ear, and again, it's about that security. Okay, so then moving on to our next style. I've kind of lost count now. I think we're on style 9. I've numbered them so I can remember what I'm doing. So this time what I'm doing is just taking some of the topper hair and some of my natural hairline hair, and I'm starting the braid, but I'm not going to braid it into the side like I did last time. I'm just going to braid down. So I'm going to take a few strands first, and then take a little bit more natural hair and pull that in and just secure it. So I've got that security there. And then I'm just braiding it down to the ends. Now, I think I said at the beginning of this video, this is quite a long video because I'm trying to fit so much in. You can obviously hop, skip and jump through to what suits you, or you can just sit with a cup of tea with your feet up and discover, like I would hope to do when I was searching on the internet, of how to style my topper. All right, so we've got towards the end of that braid, and I'm just going to get a loom band and fasten that in there. Voila. So, little boho, bohemian, maybe even Viking if you like. Maybe stick a couple of beads in, or, you know, hair jewels, and fancy it up. Okay, moving on to style 10. Our Game of Thrones look. Okay, so I am taking both the braids to the back of the head, and I'm going to take another loom band. Again, you can use clear loom bands if that works better for you, so that you're not seeing all of the joins, which I would probably do if I was styling it for a special occasion. So I could just have a clear sort of join, and I'm just carefully tying that around. You don't want to catch all the back hair in the tie where you're joining that together. And then just give it a tiny little tug just to straighten it out. So that might work for you. Just staying with that lovely, pretty dragon queen hair. Okay, and then just having a little look at the back there. Again, because I'm not working with a back mirror, I'm hoping that it's neat enough to show that we can get a lovely hairstyle just by simply doing that. All right, then we can get really experimental if we want to. I would leave maybe a little bit of hair there to work with and twist that round. Take one from this side and twist that around. You can do whatever you like here. You can do a couple of more braids, bring them back, and perhaps join them to the already existing join that you have. Okay, working with loom bands, you might want to have a little pair of nail scissors handy so you can chop the loom bands rather than trying to pull them out. I've got a whole box of the things, so it doesn't matter if I cut mine up and out. All right, so we've just added another sort of layer there, and you can see that. I'm just simply drawing it back, and you can do that all the way down the head if you want to. But it's pretty and looks nice if you're going to a wedding or a do or the races or something, you know, you've got that to work with. So let's say that you are out and about and you're enjoying the hairstyle, but it's all getting a bit much. You can actually change the hairstyle whilst you're out and about. All you need to do is pull the rest of the hair to one side. Maybe it's a hot day, you're at the races and the hair's getting a little bit sweaty on the back of your neck, but you want to stay looking fabulous. So I'm just taking the rest of the hair and braiding it down. It's as easy as that. Easy peasy peasy. And that's what I wanted to achieve with my hairstyles. I don't want it to be hours and hours of upkeep. And this is the beauty of the Claire topper. It allows you to do all this. Okay, so there we are on the sides. I've pulled it round a little bit. Still got a lovely loose kind of baggy look. It's all joined together, and I've got my side braid. I'm now ready to be nice and secure, but still looking smart and happy. And this is like dragon warrior hair, tucked up and out of the way, but still making a statement. So yeah, there we are. And you can also, if you really want to, tuck that up and have that so it's in place at the back there. So you've got that pulled out of the way. And it just all just comes together so easily. All right. So with that style, that was sort of the 11th style with the crown, so where you took the braid and wrapped it around. Obviously I've got the braid working from this side mostly, so I can bring it to the other side. I'll not spend the time braiding it again, but I will twist it in a rope plait, so it looks like a rope. And you can secure it on the end with a loom band. I mean, most people are going to want to wear toppers for the down hairstyle, but me, I like to be experimental. I like to see what hairstyles I can have that I could never have had before with my own hair when it started to fall out. And you can make a nice crown there. So just bringing it around and perhaps tucking it in the side. A little pin. I mean, obviously you can see my bright green loom band, but that doesn't matter for the moment. And I've created style 11, the crown, Queenie. Look how pretty that is. And that's a topper. I mean, is anybody really going to be able to tell that that's a topper? I don't know what it looks like at the back. I don't have my back mirror, so I'm hoping it looks relatively neat and tidy. Just takes a little bit of practice, and there we are. Queenie crown. All regal, secure, practical, pretty, and it gives me confidence. All right, let's move on to the last style. You've done so well sitting this out with me. I hope that this has been some kind of help for you and to help you realize that there's so much more to hair toppers than meet the eye. Okay, so I'm just taking out my other loom bands. Obviously being careful when you're doing this, don't tear or rip any of the topper hair or your own hair. I've got well practiced at snapping mine. So this last style takes a little bit more work but looks ever so pretty, so I wanted to share it with you. Okay, so this number 12 style is what I call the loom ladder, and it's just so pretty how it works. Just a little bit of a manipulation and you've cracked it. Okay, so again, because I've just been moving it around a little bit, the topper, I'm just going to re-establish its security there and there. I'm going to use my front fringe again for a little bit of disguise. Just want to disguise that parting. As you can see, the parting is quite bright, so I want to try and cover that up a little. There's my silver fox natural streak there. I look like I've been hit by lightning. And I'm just going to pin that in. Okay, so that's where I'm going to start with this hairstyle. And then I'm going to take the two front bits and right underneath my chin. This is going to feel obscure for a wee while until you get it finished, but trust me on this one. All right, so we're going to take the front bits and tie a loom band around them and tuck it around the face. How odd does that look? All right, and then two more bits. Try and keep them relatively thin. There we are. And just a little bit further down, we're going to tie the next loom band. And basically we just keep repeating this process until we're happy we've got enough layers there. Just going to use some different colours. I mean, obviously you can use you know, any loom band colours you like. Do rainbow colours, raster colours. You could add jewels to it. You can make it however you like. So just making sure you're pulling from similar sections at each side of similar lengths if you can. And just drawing those. Starting to look like I've got a beard now. A wonderful Wizard of Oz beard. Okay, we're nearly there. So can I add one more? No, I'm going to leave it at that. So you can bring as many as you like down. Now the next point, just take your time. Make sure you've got no hair caught in your earrings like I sometimes get. And pull that over the top of your head and let it rest down there. So now I just want to check the fronts of my hair. Bringing a little bit through, making sure the front's disguised well, and it all feels like it's all in place and secure. Maybe I'd like to add a bit of a curl to my natural hair there. This is what it looks like from the front. And then, so you can see, this is our loom ladder from the side and the back. So it's got this nice, loose, loopy style that's keeping it in place. That makes it almost look princessy like, kind of Viking warrior princess. And it's really, really easy. And you can do that all the way down the head if you wish, using it right to the ends. It's up to you. Just have a little play with that and see where you go. All right, so there is our 12 hairstyles for you to work with your topper. I would strongly recommend the Claire UniWigs topper. They do a large range of toppers, different sizes of base, different lengths, different colours. They've got from lace tops to silk tops to mono tops, everything you can think of. They're a very helpful company as well. If you get in touch with them, they'll help you further. This is a lifelong struggle, hair loss. It's not something that I revel in whatsoever, but I've found confidence, I've found ease, I've found, you know, being creative, I've been able to make it look natural as I can, and it's given me more positivity in my life, and I can be practical with it. And these are all the points that I was hoping to share with you today. I hope you've got something out of this. I will leave below the link to the UniWigs CLAIRE topper, so you can go and check it out for yourself. Yes, like I said, you're going to be paying for the privilege of these human hair Remy toppers, but I found it completely worth it. I've got back what used to be my natural hair in the best way possible that I can, and I feel like myself again. If you're looking and searching for that feeling, then maybe hair toppers are the way forward for you. So check out UniWigs, check out the Claire hair topper. I wish you all the luck in the world with your hair journey. Lots of love and light. Blessings. Goodbye.